and subscribe down below because this helps others to find us on YouTube. Today's lesson is lesson number 158. Today, I learn to give as I receive. Are you willing to give God's love? Are you willing to give God's peace? Are you willing to give God's joy, my friends? The more we give, the more we receive. Let's read today's lesson. What has been given you? The knowledge that you are a mind, in mind and purely mind, sinless forever, holy unafraid, because you were created out of love. Nor have you left your source, remaining as you were created. This was given you as knowledge which you cannot lose. It was given as well to every living thing, for by that knowledge only does it live. Let's talk about it. We are literally an idea in the mind of God. We are energy. We are a mind, in mind, and purely mind. Being that, my friends, we are absolutely perfect. This is so contrary to the thinking of the world, isn't it? It's a hard idea for a lot of us to accept. Even if we can accept it just the smallest amount, it creates a huge shift in our being where we are able to accept we are purely holy, we are sinless, we are perfect. We are part of God and God is part of us. The Course tells us that it is important that we share this knowledge of who every single one of us are. Let's keep reading. You have received all this. No one who walks the world but has received it. It is not this knowledge which you give, for that is what creation gave. All this cannot be learned. What then are you to learn to give today? Our lesson yesterday evoked a theme found early in the text. Experience cannot be shared directly in the way that vision can. The revelation that the Father and the Son are one will come in time to every mind. Yet is that time determined by the mind itself, not taught. Each one of us has our own timeline in which we are open to the idea that we are one with God. We cannot teach this to another person. We can simply be examples. We can let God's light that is inside of each one of us shine freely so that others become curious about what this light inside of us is all about. When we share God's love, we have an impact on the world. So let's keep shining. Reading on. The time is set already. It appears to be quite arbitrary, yet there is no step along the road that anyone takes but by chance. It has already been taken by him, although he has not yet embarked on it. For time but seems to go in one direction. We but undertake a journey that is over, yet it seems to have a future still unknown to us. Time is a trick, a sleight of hand, a vast illusion in which figures come and go as if by magic. Yet there is a plan behind appearances that does not change. The script is written. When experience will come to an end, your doubting has been set. For we but see the journey from the point at which it ended, looking back on it, imagining we make it once again, reviewing mentally what has gone by. Let's talk about it. This is a big idea. Time is not of the world of God. Time is an illusion. It's like we are in a movie theater, and we know that the movie has already been created. But we're watching it in linear time. It has a beginning, it has a middle, and it has an end. This is what we perceive in this lifetime. We perceive that our lives had a beginning. We had a childhood, we had adolescence, we had our early adulthood, we had middle adulthood, and for some of us, we're enjoying our golden years. And yet, the Course tells us that it's all an illusion. This moment, right here, right now, is all that really exists. Our script was already written for us at the beginning of time. What I love about this idea is that it gives me an acceptance of all of the hard things that have happened in my life. If I'm willing to accept those lessons, my friends, then I get to experience God's beautiful peace, joy, and happiness. If I fight against the experiences of this life, if I don't want to accept them, if I deny them, or I defend against them, I am setting myself up for pain. So let's live in acceptance of whatever comes our way. Let's keep reading. A teacher does not give experience because he did not learn it. It revealed itself to him at the appointed time. But vision is his gift. This he can give directly, for Christ's knowledge is not lost, because he has a vision he can give to anyone who asks. The Father's will and his are joined in knowledge. Yet there is a vision which the Holy Spirit sees, because the mind of Christ beholds it too. Here is the joining of the world of doubt and shadows made with the intangible. Here is a quiet place within the world made holy by forgiveness and by love. Here are all the contradictions reconciled, for here the journey ends. Experience, unlearned, untaught, unseen, is merely there. This is beyond our goal, for it transcends what needs to be accomplished. Our concern is with Christ's vision. This we can attain. Christ's vision has one law. It does not look upon a body and mistake it for the Son whom God created. It beholds a light beyond the body, an idea beyond what can be touched, a purity undimmed by errors, pitiful mistakes, and fearful thoughts of guilt from dreams of sin. It sees no separation, and it looks on everyone, on every circumstance, all happenings, and all events without the slightest fading of the light it sees. Let's talk about it. Only experience can teach us experience. And the Course wants us to put these practices into our lives so that we experience the beautiful peace, joy, love, and happiness that comes when we let go of the world of the ego and we embrace the love of God. What the Course does do is teach us how to have Christ's vision, in which we stop looking upon ourselves and others as bodies. We learn how to see the light that is in every single one of us. We learn how to see the love that is within every single one of us. We learn to see the beauty and perfection in all of God's creation. When we are doing that, we have Christ's vision. We do not see our errors or mistakes, and we do not see other people's errors or mistakes. When we do that, we are seeing with Christ's vision. Let's keep reading. This can be taught and must be taught by all who would achieve it. It requires but the recognition that the world cannot give anything that faintly can compare with this in value, nor set up a goal that does not merely disappear when this has been perceived. And this you give today, seeing no one as a body. Greet him as the Son of God he is. Acknowledge that he is one with you in holiness. Let's talk about it. Do you see yourself as God's beautiful, beloved child? That is where we need to start. When we can accept that we are literally one with God, then we learn to see others in the same light. I'm challenging you today to look at every single person that you encounter or even think of as God's beautiful, beloved child, perfect, unblemished, literally a part of you in holiness. This is a life-changing practice. I encourage you to put it into your life today and every day. Drop a comment down below and let me know how it goes for you. Let's keep reading. Thus are his sins forgiven him, for Christ has vision that has power to overlook them all. In his forgiveness are they gone. Unseen by one they merely disappear, because a vision of the holiness that lies beyond them comes to take their place. It matters not what form they took, nor how enormous they appeared to be, nor who seemed to be hurt by them. They are no more, and all effects they seem to have are gone with them, undone, and never to be done. Let's talk about it. When we stop seeing others as a body, and we choose instead to see the Christ in them, we choose to see that we are one with them, and all of us are one with God. When we choose to overlook other people's shortcomings, we see them as God's perfect, beautiful, beloved children, and we accept that truth for ourselves as well. Let's keep reading. Thus do you learn to give as you receive, and thus Christ's vision looks on you as well. This lesson is not difficult to learn. If you remember in your brother, you but see yourself. If he be lost in sin, so must you be. If you see light in him, your sins have been forgiven by yourself. Each brother whom you meet today provides another chance to let Christ's vision shine on you and offer you the peace of God. Are you willing to give Christ's love to every single person that you meet? Are you willing to see that you are literally one with your brothers and your sisters? We are not separate beings in the world of the ego. We are one in God and all of creation. When we learn to see our brothers and sisters as ourselves, we know that we cannot judge them without judging ourselves. When we stop judging ourselves, we are able to stop judging others. So let's lay down the gauntlet, my friends. Let's just relax into our acceptance of our oneness with God and all of creation. Let's finish today's reading. It matters not when revelation comes, for that is not of time. Yet time has still one gift to give, in which true knowledge is reflected in a way so accurate its image shares its unseen holiness. Its likeness shines with its immortal love. We practice seeing with the eyes of Christ today, and by the holy gifts we give, Christ's vision looks upon ourselves as well. Let's talk about it. When we say our morning prayer, Dear God, please give me your mind to think, your ears to hear, your eyes to see, your words to speak, and your heart to love. We are given Christ's mind. We are given Christ's vision. We are given Christ's words of love to speak. And we literally learn to see with the eyes of Christ. I have found this practice so valuable. Anytime that I am upset with another person, I remove myself from the situation and I simply say this prayer, Dear God, please help me to see this person the way that you see them. Help me to love them the way that you love them. I cannot stay mad. It just simply dissolves it. I almost have to laugh at how silly it was that I had gone into this place of judgment in the first place. It's a beautiful way to live, my friends. Let's talk about our practice sessions for today. First thing in the morning, last thing just before we go to sleep, we want to read or listen to the entire lesson and then take the time to meditate on the message for today. Today, I learn to give as I receive. Where do we need to give forgiveness today? Where do we need to practice seeing with Christ's vision? And allow these ideas to sink deep inside of yourself. For our hourly practice periods, often in between, and especially when we're upset for any reason, we simply say today's idea and let this idea sink deep inside our beings. Today, I learn to give as I receive. Thanks so much for listening right until the end, my friends. If you enjoyed today's video, please share the love. Tell someone about these videos. Encourage them to start at lesson 1 and only do 1 lesson a day. Are you ready for our special treat? How I love the sunsets here in Mexico. Every night, God paints the most beautiful picture for us. Today, I learn to give as I receive. Let's practice seeing with the eyes of Christ today. Have a glorious day, my friends, of seeing with Christ's vision. I love you.